Have you ever heard of the water cure? It sounds a bit like a spa treatment, but in the 19th century, it was a massive health movement called hydropathy. It was the original wellness trend, blending folk medicine with what would become modern naturopathy. So, what exactly was it? Hydropathy, which comes from the Greek words for water and suffering, is the therapeutic use of water in all its forms. We're talking cold baths, steam, wet wraps, and douches, all used to kickstart the body's natural healing abilities. The core belief was simple: water, when used correctly, could restore balance and vitality. The whole thing was kicked off by a remarkable Austrian farmer named Vincent Priesnitz. In the early 1800s, he started treating injuries and illnesses with cold water compresses, chilly baths, fresh air, and exercise. And guess what? It worked. People from all over Europe traveled to his spa in Gothenburg, turning his cold water cure into a sensation. Priesnitz's success inspired others, like Sebastian Neat, a Bavarian priest who took the idea and ran with it. Neat combined hydrotherapy with herbalism, movement, and a healthy diet, creating a holistic lifestyle system we'd recognize today as naturopathy. Soon, water cure sanitariums started popping up all over the United States, especially in New York and the Midwest, promising a natural path to health. So, what did a day at a water cure spa actually look like? The treatments were all about using temperature and pressure to get a reaction from the body. A favorite was the cold plunge bath. Imagine jumping into icy water. The shock was believed to strengthen your nerves and fight inflammation. They also use hot and cold alternating baths to boost circulation and get the lymphatic system moving. One of the most famous treatments was the wet sheet pack. You'd be wrapped tightly in a cold, damp sheet and then covered with warm blankets. The idea was that as your body warmed up, you'd sweat out toxins and break fevers. There were also localized steam treatments, like sitz baths, for relaxation and targeting specific organs. And, of course, a huge part of the cure was drinking lots of pure spring water for internal cleansing, combined with plenty of fresh air and exercise. You have to remember the context. Hydropathy emerged as a protest against the harsh medical practices of the time, which often involved things like bloodletting or using mercury and opium. The philosophy of hydropathy was completely different. It preached that nature is the ultimate healer. The body, they believed, could fix itself if you just gave it the right tools: clean water, fresh air, simple food, and rest. Before germ theory was widely accepted, they saw disease not as an infection, but as an imbalance. Water was the great purifier, meant to wash away impurities, both physically and symbolically. Well, modern science has actually validated some of these old ideas. We now know that cold exposure, like a cold plunge, can activate the vagus nerve, which helps regulate mood and reduce inflammation. Contrast hydrotherapy alternating hot and cold is still used by athletes today to improve circulation and speed up recovery. And we all know a warm bath or a sauna session is great for relieving muscle tension and stress. However, the 19th century claims that water alone could cure all diseases were definitely an overstatement. And we have to be clear, extreme cold immersion without proper training can be dangerous. But the core principles of using water for health were onto something. There was also a deeper, almost spiritual layer to hydropathy. The idea of purification and rebirth through water connected to ancient rituals like baptism. For many, it was a way to wash away the poisons of civilization and return to a state of natural purity. It was more than just a physical treatment. It was a way of life. The legacy of hydropathy is huge, and you can see its influence everywhere today. It paved the way for modern naturopathy and is the ancestor of our entire spa and wellness culture. Think about cryotherapy, the Wim Hof method, or even just taking a mineral bath. It all has roots in the 19th century water cure. In fact, many famous health institutions, like the Battle Creek Sanitarium run by Dr. Kellogg, actually started out as hydropathic institutes. So, the next time you take a cold shower to wake yourself up or relax in a hot bath, you're tapping into a tradition that's over 100 years old. It's a fascinating reminder that sometimes the simplest things, like water, hold powerful keys to our well-being. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this history of the water cure interesting, please give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into history. See you in the next video.